What is going on, everyone? Welcome into another edition of Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, where I'll be doing live streams of my play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games. And I'll be doing this throughout the season and, of course, into the March Madness tournament. And tonight we have a pretty good game on store for the Big Ten battle between the Illinois Fighting Illini and the Ohio State Buckeyes for this one. We have about 5 minutes or so until we tip this one off at the Value City Arena at Columbus, Ohio. But before we get into some of the introductions here before tip-off, I'll go over to you about my channel, and feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe if you wish. And what I do is play-by-play and live reaction to college basketball games, and I'll be doing this throughout the season and into the tournament. So let's get to this, as we got the road team tonight, the Illinois Fighting Illini, coming in with a 9-15 record, 5-8 in Big Ten play right now, as they're winless on the road this season, 0-6 so far in away games. But if there's a stat that sticks out, it's this one. They've won 3 games in a row with that 9-15 record, as they also have 2 top 25 wins to go along that as well. So they're on this 3-game winning streak. They beat Nebraska a couple weeks ago that sent them off the bubble. And then the next game after that, they beat number 11 Michigan State 79-74. That was on February 5th, where Ayo Dosunmu had 24 points in the win for the Fighting Illini. And then on Saturday, Illinois beat Rutgers 99-94, where Georgi Bershanishvili had 35 points, and he was 14 of 18 shooting from the floor in the win for Illinois. So we look to the key players tonight that could be a factor for tonight's game, and we see that they have a really young starting lineup over here. Only 1 senior on their team, and then 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen. So the senior is Aaron Jordan, the guard from Plainfield, Illinois. And then the 2 sophomores, DeMonte Williams, and then Trent Frazier, who is the leading scorer right now for the Fighting Illini. He averages about 14.7 points per game, and he's also 3rd in the Big Ten right now in steals per game, as he averages just above 1.5 steals per game. Trent Frazier scored a season-high 30 points against Minnesota back on January 16th, so he's a player to watch out for. And then these 2 guys as well, the 2 freshmen, young talent for this Illinois team, with Ayo Dosunmu, as he has had 16 games with double-digit points so far this season for the Fighting Illini. And then, of course, Georgi Bershanishvili, the freshman as well, as he had a career-high game in the win on Saturday against Rutgers. 35 points and 14 of 18 shooting from the field. So the strength of schedule this season for Illinois is pretty tough. 19th toughest schedule in the nation right now. Their net rank currently sits at 91st in all college basketball. They're 2-5 against the top 25, as they lost against Gonzaga early in non-conference play, and then inside the conference, they got defeated a lot. The first time they played against Ohio State, that was back on December 5th. They lost by 10, 77-67 for that game. And then they also lost to Indiana, who used to be in the top 25, and now they're right on the bubble, basically, the Hoosiers as well. Other losses for Illinois this season. They lost at Michigan by 10, but they bounced back. They beat number 24 Maryland. They beat number 11 Michigan State. The other loss was against Iowa, 95-71. So one thing that Illinois, they actually do well here, is that they're first right now in the Big Ten in total steals per game. They have 191 total steals this season for the Fighting Illini, and that averages out to be around 7.9 steals. So that's currently 34th in all of college basketball for Illinois. And we look to the home team tonight, the 16-7 Ohio State Buckeyes, currently 6-6 in the Big Ten. 10-4 at home this season, as they're on a 3-game winning streak as well. Winless against top 25 opponents, however, this season for the Buckeyes. We look to the key players that could play a role tonight for Ohio State's the 2 Wesson brothers out there. The younger brother is the leading scorer for this team. That's Caleb Wesson, the sophomore, as he had a Big Ten Conference career high 27 points against Rutgers a couple weeks ago in conference play. And then we check on the other brother. Andre Wesson had a career high 22 points. That was against Purdue back on January 23rd. And then another impact player will be the point guard, CJ Jackson, who's had double-digit points in the last 5 games for the Buckeyes. So we look to the strength of schedule for Ohio State right now. They have the 49th toughest schedule in the nation. Their net rank currently sits at 36th overall. And in the last bracketology projections by Joe Lunardi of ESPN, he ranked Ohio State as a number 9 seed. We look to the matchups against the top 25 opponents so far for Ohio State. They lost all 3 of those games, lost to Michigan State by 9. Then they lost to Maryland 75-61 and lost to Michigan at Ann Arbor 65-49. They do get to play Michigan State in their next game after this one. That's on Sunday at 1 p.m. As we look to Ohio State's tough schedule over here as well. They have 5 games left against AP top 25 opponents still yet to play. 3 of those games are on the road as they play on the road number 11 Michigan State, number 24 Maryland, and number 12 Purdue. And then at home they host number 21, the Iowa Hawkeyes, who just had a huge comeback deficit last night against Northwestern and beat them. And then they also play against number 20 Wisconsin. So Ohio State right now, their best win out of the season came in their season opener against Cincinnati at Cincinnati 64-56. And we're about to tip off here, Ohio State and Illinois, as the tip-off gets controlled. So Ohio State in the white jerseys here, Illinois in the black away jerseys, and already a turnover by Ohio State. It goes back to Illinois now, dribbling with the ball, passing around the perimeter with it. Aaron Jordan towards the left wing outside, has the ball, passes it off to Dasunmu, dribbling towards the right wing, and we do have 2 players that collided. Right there, Ayo Dasunmu just ran over a Buckeye towards the right side of the perimeter, and it will be an offensive foul by Illinois to start. So Ohio State gets the ball back on the inbound here into the hands of CJ Jackson. Jackson at the top of the key. Passes towards the right wing to it's Musa Jallo. Jallo passes the ball off now. Luther Muhammad towards the top of the key, trying to dribble toward the right wing, and he lost control of it for a minute. He got it back, and now they're passing inside, low baseline, and it's stopped right there. Bershanishvili with a block, but Musa Jallo gets it back, and he puts in the bucket for Ohio State. Yeah, definitely. Hey, definitely, I'll do that more. Jumper from the free throw circle, and it's short by Bershanishvili, rebounded by the Buckeyes. Luther Muhammad takes it past the timeline. I got like a ton of people into the Duke versus Louisville game. Yeah, I should look to see how to do it soon. I just started this like a month ago. Hey, thank you so much for the like. So right now we have 18:25 left to go in the first, and Ohio State with the ball, and a feed into the low post, no good on the first shot, and the second one offensive board up and in by Caleb Wesson as he gets it to go. So 4-0. Buckeyes are up right now. And now Illinois with a ball, and almost a steal by CJ Jackson, but the Fighting Illini do get it back. They take it past the timeline. Dasunmu at the top of the key with Ayo. Ayo, left wing 3, no good from the outside, rimmed out, rebounded by Andre Wesson of Ohio State. So now the Buckeyes will take the ball past the timeline. It's CJ Jackson, and he passes the ball right wing to Andre Wesson. Wesson with a jumper, and no good. And the rebound goes to Illinois here. This is taken past the timeline. Trent Frazier with the ball, dribbling, trying to go inside, kicks the ball back outside. 3 from the corner, and a swoosh outside. So add 3 onto the board for the Fighting Illini. And we got ourselves a 4-3 game with 17-12 left to go in the first. Ohio State dribbling with the ball. CJ Jackson at the left wing. And we do have a stoppage in time here with 17-10 left to go in the first. The score is 4-3. Ohio State the inbounds. And they pass it to the left corner. There's Luther Muhammad, and he takes it back out to the top of the key here. So Muhammad dribbling the ball and feeds the ball off now. That is to Andre Wesson. Dribbling at the top of the key, trying to go inside. Kicks the ball back outside to CJ Jackson. Right corner three, and he hits it from the outside. It's CJ Jackson. So the score right now, Ohio State 7, Illinois 3, with 16:42 left to go. Illinois now passing the ball off. Bershanishvili feeds the ball to Andres Feliz. Now the ball goes baseline, kicks it back outside for the Fighting Illini. The feed down low to Bershanishvili, and the jumper into the low post. He hits it to make this game 7-5 with 16:20 left to go in the first. CJ Jackson with the ball. He takes it past the timeline here. He's now at the left wing. Feeds the ball inside. Kayla Wesson. And we do have a foul called by Illinois. So the first foul called, as the score right now is Ohio State 7, Illinois 5. Chris Holtmann, the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, with a record of 41-16. He's in his second season at Ohio State, as they've made it up to number 13 so far this season in the AP Top 25 back in December. And last year, in Holtmann's first year as head coach for the Buckeyes, they went to the NCAA tournament, but they lost in the round of 32 against Gonzaga. There's a steal on the inbounds. Illinois going the distance and up and in with a right hand. Off the steal, it was Alan Griffin who stole that one for Illinois and put it right up the glass. So we're tied up at 7 with 15:50 left to go in the first. Left side, baseline, trying to drive with the ball is Andre Wesson. We do have a foul again on the play with 15:48 left to go in the first, as we do have a timeout on the floor. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well if you wish, and I'll update the score for you guys right here in the chat. So since we're on commercial break here, I'll go over some of the box score stuff for you guys. Since we're early on into this game, I know we have a few turnovers so far. Let's see some of the team stats so far early in this one. CJ Jackson leading the scoring for Ohio State right now with 3 points, as he did hit a three-pointer. And then Kayla Wesson has 2. Musa Jallo has 2 as well in the early stages of this one for the Buckeyes. We look to the Fighting Illini in the box score right now since we're on this commercial break. 3 points so far by Aaron Jordan leading the way, and then looks like Georgi Bershanishvili getting in there as well, as he scored a career-high 35 points against Rutgers back on Saturday. But right now, Bershanishvili has 2 points, adding in right now for Illinois. And we look to some of the team stats here in the early stages of the game, as Ohio State shooting the ball 3 for 7 from the floor. Illinois is 3 for 6 right now. And yeah, turnover margin, both of the teams have turned over the ball twice in this one. Not a lot of games inside the top 25 tonight. I know Houston's playing at UConn, and then I think Gonzaga is playing tonight, but that game doesn't start till like 11 o'clock at night as well. Yeah, not much college basketball action going on tonight. I'll keep you updated with the Houston game, however, since they're 23-1, 10-1 in the American. We do have other games going on, but as far as top 25 matchups, that's the only one, basically. I know there's Arizona against Utah tonight, but Arizona's not inside the top 25. It looks like the Pac-12 could probably, come March Madness time, only have one team inside the bracket for this season. So we're almost back to action here. The score is 7-7 with 15:48 left to go in the first when we get back to it. And here we go. So 15:48 left to go in the first. And Illinois will inbound, with this being a tie game. And we do have a timeout called by Chris Holtmann of the Buckeyes. So on the inbound, Ohio State did call a timeout. So they'll talk some things over here. So we have a stoppage in time once again. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. Yeah, definitely need to do that. I'm definitely going to do that now. Thank you so much for the like. Yeah, I'm going to look into that and see how to do that. My next stream after this is going to be Tennessee against Kentucky on Saturday, 8 p.m. So that'll be a big game here. Not much for basketball tonight as far as like top 25 matchups. Not really that many great games. Houston is ranked 9th right now in the nation, but they're playing against UConn tonight. And then number 3, Gonzaga is playing against LMU. We're back to action here and dribbling inside Ohio State. They kick it back outside. And a left wing 3, and it's airballed from the outside by the Buckeyes. And then transition, here goes Illinois up and in to the basket. So the Illini right now with their first lead of the game, 9-7, as Dosunmu hit that shot on the fast break. So Keyshawn Woods is into the game now for the Buckeyes. Feeds the ball off to Kyle Young, who is looking right wing to C.J. Jackson, trying to dribble baseline with it. Jackson kicks the ball inside, and the shot rolls around the rim, and it's up and in by Kyle Young. So the score right now is 9-7. Now with the right wing trying to dribble with it, Illinois, and they're looking to the baseline. Down at the baseline is De La Rosa, and they get called with the travel down low. Yeah, Illinois has been red hot as of late. They've won 3 straight games in a row. They beat Maryland as well. They have 2 wins against the top 25 in there. So yeah, they keep on looking better and better each game, and this could be another close one against Ohio State here, as the Buckeyes have the ball at the left corner. And this is Andre Wesson, tries to shoot a 3, no good, rebounded by the Illini. As they take it past the timeline, it's Dosunmu who passes the ball off to Alan Griffin, and it goes back to Dosunmu. Griffin now with the ball, trying to dribble down low, kicks the ball back outside, right corner 3, no good, off the mark by Kipper Nichols. The only way that Illinois can make the tournament by now, because they have 15 losses, is that they have to win the entire Big Ten tournament when they play in March. So they have to win the entire Big Ten conference tournament, which is gonna be pretty hard to do. But this team keeps on improving and improving week in and week out, that they could make it most likely to the quarterfinals by how this team's played. Beating Michigan State, they beat Maryland in there. Coming up, they have Wisconsin after this on Monday, and then they have Penn State. They're at home against Penn State, so that's a game that they can definitely win, is the one against Penn State. Penn State was a crusher against Michigan earlier this week. Yeah, they might be able to make the NIT if they keep on winning games here. But I think for the NIT, it's mostly teams with like winning records, like records of like 17 and 15 from like power conferences that do make the NIT, and then you have the teams that did win like the regular season of their conference, but they didn't win the conference tournament. Like, say if they went like 26-6 overall, but they didn't win their conference, they'll go to the NIT. As Illinois gets another basket from DeMonte Williams into the lane right there, so they're up 11-9 right now. 13-16 remaining, low post, and the basket does count right there, so it's a tie game at 11 with 13-15 left to go in the first. As Ohio State got that one to fall. They do get the foul as well, so to the free throw line will be Andre Wesson of the Buckeyes. Yeah, last year St. Mary's of California didn't even get an at-large bid into the tournament, and they finished. I think their record was 28-5, and they play in the same league as Gonzaga. They play in the WCC, and they were the first team out of the tournament. That's crazy. And the shot from the line is good, and the Buckeyes take the lead back. So it's 12-11 right now. Ohio State's up by 1 with 13-15 left to go in the first. And the ball's into the hands of Trent Frazier, who passes the timeline here for the Fighting Illini. At the top of the key is Frazier. He's the leading scorer for the Illini, averaging 14.7 points per game. The ball into the hands of Desunmu, passes the ball off now, and it's left wing to Tavion Jones into the game, and the ball goes back to Desunmu, who dribbles with it, and we do have a foul picked up on Ohio State. Yeah, because Gonzaga right now, they keep on posting 30-win seasons, and they're playing against like small competition like Santa Clara, San Jose, San Francisco, even though San Francisco, I think, is like the number 2 team in that conference this season. Trying to go into the lane. The floater, no good by Trent Frazier, and we do have a foul picked up by Ohio State with 12:49 left to go in the first. I think, yeah, so Illinois will get the ball back on the inbounds here. We got ourselves a 1-point game, 12-11 with 12:45 left to go. Dribbling towards the right wing of the perimeters, DeMonte Williams feeds the ball off to the Sunmu. Back to Williams, top of the key, dribbling towards his left now. Left elbow with it, passes it top of the key to the Sunmu. And the ball gets intercepted by Caleb Wesson, so Ohio State brings it back now past the timeline off the turnover. Now out to the right wing with Dwayne Washington. He feeds the ball down low to the baseline, backing his way in there. It's Caleb Wesson. And he, for a second, thought that they could have turned the ball over, but no, Illinois got called with a foul there. Let's see. Yeah, if they were like 12-8 at this point right now, they'd be kind of on the bubble. That's where like the Florida Gators are at, and that's where like Indiana's at. They're on the bubble with like records of like 13-11 right now, as Ohio State went coast to coast there and got the lay-in. So the score right now is 13-12. Illinois is up by 1. Yep. So yeah, if they do go 12-8, that's basically winning. Yeah, winning out basically. But where they are in the conference, they're almost like towards the halfway mark in the Big Ten now. They're better than a bunch of teams in the Big Ten. They're almost like in 7th place. Minnesota's 1 ahead of them at 6-8. 3 ball from the outside, no good by the Buckeyes, and gets rebounded by Illinois. So Illinois is up 13-12 with 11:50 left to go in the first. Now dribbling towards the right wing, kicks it back out. Left corner 3 outside. Tavion Jones, no, it rims out. Offensive rebound, though, by Illinois. And it's Ayo Dosunmu who picked up that offensive rebound. He's dribbling with the ball right now. Dosunmu at the top of the key with 19 on the shot clock. Feeds the ball right wing to Trent Frazier. 11:26 left to go inside the low post. And he banks it home as Trent Frazier, and he gets fouled as well, so we'll go to the line for one. With the score now, Illinois 15, Ohio State 12. Now I'm going to update the chat here with the latest score. 11:25 left to go in the first, and it looks like we do have a TV timeout on the floor. So Illinois right now is up by 3 in this one. We got 11:25 left to go in the first. Let's see. So yeah, Illinois did go 12-8 this season. So if they finished off winning the next 7 in a row, yeah, they'd be wow. So if they do win all these games in a row, they'd go. Yeah, that would be 16-15. They'd have a record of going into the conference tournament, and then if they get into the conference tournament and win out, they could be like 20-15. They'd have to win out like right now for Illinois, basically. But yeah, 15 losses is still like too much for like an at-large. Basically, I think last year Oklahoma did get in, but a lot of people were mad that Oklahoma got into the tournament. I think their record was like 19-13, and they got in, while like St. Mary's of California didn't get in, and they had a record of 28-5. So let's see these team stats going on early in this one. As yeah, Illinois shooting the ball fairly well right now, 53.8% from the field so far for the Fighting Illini, whereas Ohio State shooting the ball 5 for 13 right now in this one. We got quite a bit of fouls by both of the teams so far. For Illinois, they have 5 already. We're not even halfway through the first, and then Ohio State has 4 charged to them. Yeah, let me see the standings here. Yeah, they're not that far behind. They're almost like halfway in the standings. So they're 9-3 now in the conference. Right in front of them is Minnesota, which is 6-8. So if they keep on winning, they could pass Minnesota. Minnesota right now is currently sitting on the bubble. And then Ohio State's the next one. So if Illinois beats Ohio State after this game will be 6-7. Illinois will be 6-8, and then they just need Ohio State to lose another, and then Illinois to win another, and then for Illinois to pass them. Basically, after that, it's teams with winning conference records that's ranked inside the top 25: Iowa, Wisconsin, Maryland, Purdue. After that, and then Michigan State. Yeah, I'm thinking probably 8 teams, because Nebraska got itself off it's no longer on the bubble. They dropped completely because they keep on losing games. And then also Indiana's like right on the bubble, like I think like first 4 out right now, as we're back to action here. So Illinois was at the free throw line and missed their first, and it gets rebounded by the Buckeyes. So Ohio State's down 15-12. They have the ball with 11:14 left to go in the first. Dribbling towards the right wing, trying to go inside is Dwayne Washington, and he turns the ball over as he tried to dribble outside. So Illinois will get the ball back on the turnover with 11:08 left to go in the first. And it's Georgi Bershanishvili will get the inbound pass by the ref. And he passes the ball off into the hands of Trent Frazier. He passes that ball off past the timeline. So Illinois now with the balls. They take it past the timeline. Right wing now to the top of the key towards the Buckeye logo, and they set the offense up. With it's Trent Frazier. He passes the ball off to Feliz. Back to Frazier, top of the key. Left wing now to Feliz. Feliz now trying to dribble inside. Kicks the ball back outside. Top of the key to Frazier. And he floats a shot up there at the right elbow. No good. Rebounded by Dwayne Washington of Ohio State. The score right now is Illinois 15, Ohio State 12 with 10:32 remaining. Trying to dribble into the low post, and we do have a shooting foul, as it will be Caleb Wesson who will go to the line for 2 for the Buckeyes. So Wesson on the season is shooting at 72.5% from the line. It's the leading scorer of Ohio State. He averages 14.7 points per game. First shot from the floor by Caleb Wesson, and he hits it. Score right now is Illinois 15, Ohio State 13. We have 10:31 left to go in the first. As the Fighting Illini just picked up their 6th foul of the game right there. So the first shot went down by Caleb Wesson. Here's his second one from the line. And he hits that one as well. So we got ourselves a 1-point game with 10:31 left to go. Illinois to inbound. The ball goes into the hands of Trent Frazier. Passes it off to Bershanishvili. It goes back to Frazier. They need to pass the 10-second line. They do. So now they're at the O of the Ohio State logo. Frazier passes the ball off left wing to Griffin. Back to Frazier and passes it off right wing here to Andres Feliz. Feliz, top of the key, passes to Frazier. Left wing with the ball back to Frazier, moving around the perimeter, trying to dribble inside his Feliz, and no good. Too strong off the glass. Rebounded by the Buckeyes. They take it past the timeline, right side with C.J. Jackson. Now he's trying to go spin move inside the low post, right in front of the free throw circle. It kicks the ball back outside. Ohio State with the ball. Andre Wesson feeds the ball baseline, trying to dribble inside with the reverse hand layup was Musa Jallo. He gets rejected. Illinois gets the ball back at the right wing of the perimeter. Throws the ball to Bershanishvili, trying to back his way inside, and he gets tied up with a ball, and there's a foul called on the play as it's a tie-up there. Refs will say it was a tie-up, not a foul, so Bershanishvili was trying to back inside, and that's where he did get a tie-up with a Buckeye on that last play. So refs will meet together. They'll say that the ball will go back to Illinois on the inbound. We have 9:38 left to go in the first. 15-14. Right elbow jumper, no good by the Illini, and it's a rebound by the Buckeyes. They take it past the timeline with C.J. Jackson. Jackson now at the top of the key, passes the ball left wing, trying to dribble inside. And that ball is just swatted up into the air, and we do have a foul on the play as Bershanishvili was trying to take the charge. And he did. So it was an offensive foul called by Ohio State as they were trying to dribble into the lane, and they just ran right over Georgi Bershanishvili. So Illinois will get the inbound back. They're up 15-14 with 9:12 left to go in the first. Now they're at the left wing of the perimeter with Alan Griffin. Passes the ball off right wing. And now to the top of the key with it, Trent Frazier. He passes the ball to the right wing. So he goes back to Frazier, top of the key. Frazier trying to dribble inside. And he kicks the ball back outside. Right wing three, no good. Rattled out by Feliz. The battle for the rebound, and the tip-in goes as Illinois gets the tip-in back. And they're up 17-14 with 8:46 left to go in the first. Do you have a stoppage in time here? I'm going to update you guys with the chat, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reaction all season long to college basketball games, so don't miss a beat here with my channel. We're back to action here. Going low post, and they get it home for Ohio State. So now it's a 17-16 game as Luther Muhammad hit that one in low post. 8:20 left to go. Illinois with the ball, up by 1. As it's Trent Frazier has the ball now at the top of the key, trying to dribble towards his right. He passes the ball off to Andres Feliz. Feliz now dribbling towards his left. Now dribbling towards the top of the key with it. Feliz feeds the ball. Right elbow jumper by Kipper Nichols. No good. Offensive rebound by Feliz. And he takes the ball back outside. And we got ourselves a right wing three from outside. Trent Frazier off the feed by Feliz. And Illinois has their largest lead of the night by 4, 20-16. Trent Frazier, the leading scorer for the Fighting Illini, just hit that 3-ball jumper from the outside. Ohio State trying to dribble into the lane, and we do have a foul picked up by the Illini. So, yeah, pretty good game right now. Illinois in that 3-game winning streak. Ohio State as well on that 3-game winning streak. And this one at home at Ohio State, Illinois trying to look for their first win of the season on the road. And right now they're up by 4, 20-16 with 7:33 left to go in the first. We got ourselves a commercial break, so I'll update you guys with some of the stats here. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel if you guys wish to as well. So yeah, since we're on this commercial break, pretty good game so far here with both of these teams, Illinois, Ohio State. As Ohio State right now is shooting at 40% from the field. They're 6 for 15 currently in this one. Illinois shooting the ball at 9 for 20 right now, good for 45% shot conversion from the field. As we look to other stats, Illinois is out rebounding Ohio State in this one, 12-10. Ohio State perfect from the charity stripe there. Perfect 3 of 3 so far in this one. Illinois is 0 for 2 shooting free throws. As we look to the box score here with the leading scorers, we see that Trent Frazier is leading Illinois with 5 points, and then Aaron Jordan has 3. But second in scoring right now for Illinois will be Ayo Dosunmu with 4 points. As we look to the leading scorers here for the Buckeyes, it would be Caleb Wesson right now, who has 6 points. 3 points by his brother Andre, coming in tied for second with CJ Jackson, who also has 3 points right behind Caleb. And then Kyle Young coming off the bench with 2, and Musa Jallo adding 2 points right now as well for the Buckeyes. As we look to the scoreboard right now, got ourselves a pretty good game as well. Close one in the early stages with around 5.5 left. With number 9 Houston at Storrs, Connecticut, playing against UConn. So the Houston Cougars up right now, 25-22 against Dan Hurley's squad, the UConn Huskies. And then the only other game in the top 25 will be, that'll start at 11 p.m. Eastern time. That's a late game. Number 3 Gonzaga playing against Loyola Marymount tonight. That one is at Loyola Marymount. And then, of course, don't forget Tennessee versus Kentucky, the 1 against the 5. I'll have that stream for you guys. That'll be on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern time. So don't miss that one as well on Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. And feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. And we do have Ohio State going to the charity stripe here with, I think it's, Andre Wesson shooting 2 free throws from the line. He hits his first. The score right now is Illinois 20, Ohio State 17 with 7:33 left to go in the first. The first shot from the line was good by Andre Wesson. In his past 6 games, he has had an average of 12.5 points per game. Here's his second one, and he delivers with both of them. So Ohio State, a perfect 5 for 5 right now from the charity stripe. Both of them went for Andre Wesson. He checks out of the game right now, and Ohio State down by 2. Illinois with the ball, up 20-18, 7:23 left to go. Top of the key here with Desunmu trying to dribble towards his left, feeds the ball out to Bershanishvili. And then he feeds the ball out top of the key here with Andres Feliz. Feliz trying to go inside, and he gets rejected, but the ball gets slapped out of bounds, and Illinois will retain it with 7:13 left to go. And we'll have 10 on the shot clock here. So the Fighting Illini will get the ball back on the inbound. Andres Feliz looking forward to open man, finds Kipper Nichols in the right corner. He dribbles out and out to the right wing. He almost loses control of it, but he gets it back and he floats up a shot. Oh, and he hits it. Deep right elbow, too, for Kipper Nichols. If he was back just a little bit, it would have been a three-pointer, but both of his feet were just a tad ahead of that three-point line. So it's 22-18. Illinois up by 4. CJ Jackson with the ball now. Top of the key, trying to dribble inside. Leads his teammate into a baseline pass, who kicks it back out to Jackson. Jackson shoots inside a low post, but it's no good. Rebounded by Illinois. 6:35 left to go in the first. Right wing now with Desunmu. Top of the key with Desunmu. Passes the ball off right wing with Feliz. And he leads Bershanishvili down low. Bershanishvili, no good on the shot, and he did double dribble with the ball inside the low post. So it will go back to Ohio State here by the turnover by Georgi Bershanishvili. So Ohio State with the ball as the Buckeyes are down by 4. 6:16 left to go in the first. Trying to dribble towards the right wing, and now they're at the right baseline with CJ Jackson. They turn over the ball. Going other way. 2-on-1 for Illinois. And they kick the ball back outside. Left wing three, and he hits it. Trent Frazier delivers from the outside with 6 minutes left, and Illinois has their largest lead of the night. Frazier with 8 points. 2 for 3 from three-point range. It's Illinois 25, Ohio State 18. Buckeyes now with the ball towards the right wing. Kyle Young feeds the ball off to Dwayne Washington. Dribbles towards the right corner. Washington looking for a teammate, and he throws the ball into the backcourt, and it'll be a backcourt violation by Ohio State. With 5:37 left to go in the first. So the Buckeyes getting sloppy here as time's winding down, as Illinois has found themselves points off of turnovers in the past few minutes. 9 points off turnovers so far for the Fighting Illini. They'll get the inbound as well. 5:37 left to go in the first. Illinois at the left wing now behind the arc with Trent Frazier. Frazier feeds the ball off to Kipper Nichols at the left wing, and he'll back his way out of it. Nichols passes the ball off to Feliz now, and now they're going right side around the perimeter. At the free throw circle was Georges Bershanishvili. We do have a pick play on the screener here that looks like Ohio State bumped into an Illinois player, and Ohio State gets charged with the foul. It looks like Keyshawn Woods has picked up his second foul of the game for the Buckeyes. So that's the 6th foul Ohio State picks up. Illinois has 7 charged to them already in this one. 5:15 left to go in the first. Illinois with the ball and dribbling towards the right elbow when it was Desunmu, and it looks like we do have a 7th team foul picked up by the Buckeyes. So Illinois will go to the line as Ayo Desunmu was dribbling towards the right elbow inside the three-point arc. And that's where Ohio State tried to get a held ball possession there. First shot from the line, and it's a 1-and-1, and he misses it, and it's rebounded by the Buckeyes. So right now, Illinois is up 25-18 with 5:05 left to go. Ohio State with the ball, trying to dribble inside. Low post was Keyshawn Woods. Kicks the ball back outside left corner three. No good by Luther Muhammad. Rebounded by the Fighting Illini now. At the left wing with Desunmu. Desunmu now with the ball. Left wing three from the outside. Hits the front end of the iron. Rebounded by Ohio State. They take it past the timeline. CJ Jackson, no good. Short of the rim, and it's rebounded by Illinois. As we thank you for joining into my stream. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. Illinois is up now with 4.5 minutes left to go in the first, as it's a 25-18 game. Fighting Illini with the ball at the top of the key. This is Andres Feliz. Feeds the ball. Low post Trent Frazier with a baseline jumper by Frazier in Illinois with their largest lead of the night. 10 points for Trent Frazier. 27-18. Fighting Illini on a 7-0 run. Yep. Colts starting out 1-5, and then they make the playoffs. This team just keeps on getting better and better every single game. And they only have one senior on the team as well. They have one senior in the starting lineup as well. And then the starting lineup is 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen. And right now it's been sophomore Trent Frazier has been delivering for this Fighting Illini team. We do have a timeout on the floor right now with Illinois up 27-18 with 3:51 left. I'm going to update the chat here with the score in this one. Coming up, I have a good amount of basketball games that I'll be doing in the next couple of weeks or so. I'll preview this week's schedule. So number 1 against number 5 on Saturday, I'll be doing the battle for the SEC with the top 2 teams. The Tennessee Vols right now, number 1 team, going up against Kentucky, the number 5 team in the nation. So number 1 against number 5 on Saturday. I'll have that one. I have some big games coming up this week. Monday at 7 p.m., I'll have Virginia against Virginia Tech. That'll be a huge game. Tuesday, 7 p.m. again, Purdue against Indiana, as we'll see what the Hoosiers will do in that game as well, as Indiana right now is on the bubble. I think they're towards like last 4 out. Yeah, Kentucky had that loss that they lost on the tip-in on Tuesday against LSU. But, yeah, Kentucky's played pretty strong right now. I just don't see Tennessee as a number 1 seed. Like, it's crazy how Tennessee has that huge win streak going for them. I think they've won like 17 games in a row. Something like that. It's been crazy. But, yeah, Michigan's loss was bad as well. And I think it was Tuesday. That loss at Penn State, which I'm going to check the conference right now. Penn State, yep, they're 2-11 right now in the Big Ten. So, yeah, that was a really bad loss for Michigan. Michigan just, like, they peaked at the, like, way beginning of the season. Like, they were, like, really, really good in November. They crushed Villanova. Then they beat UNC by, like, a pretty big margin as well. Yeah, seeing that game with Duke on Tuesday, that was insane. I think that Duke's definitely going to the national championship, and Gonzaga as well looks like they can go back to the Final Four. Gonzaga right now has the number 1 team in the nation for points scored per game. They're just absolutely just wrecking teams all over the place. Like, I've seen the scores from like the past week. I know they play in like the West Coast Conference with like non-power teams, but they weren't beating these teams by like 25, 30 points. They were winning games that I saw on the scoreboard that the score was like 95-39 and scores like that. But yeah, those are all the 4 classic teams, basically. Kentucky, Michigan State, Duke, and Gonzaga, the 4 classic teams. And then there's Kansas as well, even though Kansas hasn't been themselves at all this season. They were the number 1 team in the AP Top 25 preseason poll, and then after that, Kansas hasn't been themselves at all. They lost their star 3-point shooter, LaGerald Vick. He announced that he'd be stepping down from the season last week, but yeah, it doesn't really look good for Kansas right now. They've won the Big 12 conference, I think, like the past 14 seasons, and right now Kansas State looks like they're the best team inside the Big 12. As Ohio State's at the line here, we're back to action in the first shot by Jackson from the line goes down with 3:51 left to go in the first. So the score right now, Illinois 27, Ohio State 19. And the second shot, no good, but it's an offensive rebound by Ohio State with a tie up here, and the refs will roll Ohio State ball. So the score right now, Illinois 27, Ohio State 19 with 3:48 left to go in the first, and we did have a tie up between two players on the court with 3:48 left to go, and the Buckeyes will get the ball. Yep, yeah, all four of those teams are definitely should be in to the tournament. Michigan, Michigan State, Wisconsin, Purdue. Purdue is really, really good at home with Carson Edwards. He's like top 5 in all college basketball right now in points per game. And the shot goes down inside the low post by Ohio State. We do have a 6-point game here with 3:20 left to go. So Illinois with the ball now, and it was almost stolen by Jackson as he tipped that one to the backcourt. Oof. Yeah, it's gonna be a battle. I think it all depends on who wins that Michigan State game. Basically, wins the Big Ten season title. Yeah, I think Michigan State will probably get it over Michigan, as Ohio State's at the line and they missed the opportunity at the 1-and-1. And Illinois gets the rebound. 3:08 left to go in the first. The left wing now with the ball. And it's Andres Feliz trying to dribble inside, and he just kicked the ball back outside, and there was nobody there in the left corner, and the ball goes into the stands out of bounds. So, turnover there by Illinois, as Andres Feliz tried to take the ball inside the low post, and he dished it back outside where there was no guy there but the invisible teammate, which was the stands in the out-of-bounds area. So Ohio State now with the ball, and we do have another... a turnover here by the Buckeyes. So the score now, Illinois 27, Ohio State 21 with 2:49 left to go, and Ohio State just committed a turnover. Illinois will get the ball back. So now they're at the right wing of the perimeter with Feliz, feeds the ball off to Bershanishvili. He hands the ball off to Feliz, kicks it out to Bershanishvili now. Feeds the ball off to Allen Griffin. Top of the key three, no good. And it's rebounded by Ohio State here with 2:29 left to go. And, ooh, we do have an injured player limping here for the Fighting Illini. That is, oh no, that's the leading scorer too, Trent Frazier. He's hobbling on one foot. That's not good for Illinois. That's their leading scorer. Oh no. So let's see. So we got an injury here with the best player on the team, Trent Frazier. So he goes to the bench here, and Fighting Illini are up 27-21. 2:16 left to go in the first. Left wing with the ball is C.J. Jackson. And we do have, I think, a foul on the play here. Yeah, Trent Frazier looks like he's in pain with his knee right now as we're looking at the bench. I'm going to update the score here. And Ohio State is at the line as well. And the first shot goes down for Jackson. So 27-22. Illinois up by 5. And the second shot, no good. Rebounded by the Fighting Illini. As it's a left corner three from outside, no good. Rebounded by Ohio State. They take the ball past the timeline. This is Luther Muhammad now. Tries to dribble, low post, jumper, step back, and no good. The tip in, no good by C.J. Jackson as he goes hard to the, right there to the hardwood. But another foul picked up by Illinois. So we see the replay right here. CJ Jackson guarded by Andres Felice. Both of them were trying to go up for the rebound, and Jackson tried to go for the tip-in, and he was fouled. So Ohio State getting on a little bit of a run here before the half, as the score right now is 27-23 with 1:54 left to go in the first. And the second shot goes down as well. So right now, 3-point game with 1:54 left to go. Illinois with the ball. Tyler Underwood is in the game, replacing Trent Frazier. So number 32, Tyler Underwood. He's the junior guard from Stillwater, Oklahoma now. And they're at the top of the key with the ball. Ayo Dosunmu with it. And we do have, it looks like, a foul called by Ohio State. And they pick up their 9th. And both of these teams have been in big foul trouble early. In this one, Luther Muhammad just picked up his 2nd foul for the Buckeyes. And back to the line for the 1-and-1 will be the Illini. So it'll be Ayo Dosunmu shooting from the line. 71% free throw shooter, hits his first. The score right now is Illinois 28, Ohio State 24. We have 1:38 left to go in the first. Second shot from the line, and he hits it. 5-point game, Fighting Illini, up by 5. Buckeyes now with the ball. We have 1:35 left to go in the first. CJ Jackson, who takes the ball past the timeline here for Ohio State, dribbles towards the right wing, and a pass intended for Andre Wesson hits his body as he wasn't looking. Going back in transition is Illinois, and they try to score as they try to go into the lay-in, and Kipper Nichols gets fouled. He'll go to the line for 2. So CJ Jackson tried to pass that ball off to Andre Wesson when he wasn't looking. The ball just goes straight off his body, and then coming back in transition, it was Kipper Nichols who tried to lay the ball in off the glass with his left hand, and it was Andre Wesson of Ohio State who gets charged with the blocking foul. So to the line for 1, and he missed the first one, but it's a shooting foul, so he'll attempt 2. So Kipper Nichols missed his first from the line for the Fighting Illini. He's a 58.1 free throw percent shooter this season. The score right now, Illinois 29, Ohio State 24. Second shot goes down with 1:21 left. 30-24. Fighting Illini up by 6. Keyshawn Woods with the ball. He takes it past the logo. 1:11 left to go. Woods dribbles out towards the left side of the perimeter, and the ball fed down into the low post to Caleb Wesson, who he lost control of the ball, and then he fell on the ground with it. Tried to call a timeout, but no, he couldn't call it in time, and the refs will say that it's a turnover, and it'll go back to Illinois. So now we have 1:05 left to go in the first. Illinois is up 30-24. They'll get the inbound towards the left side of the timeline. Dosunmu passes the ball off, and now into the hands of Dosunmu again, dribbling towards the right side of the perimeter. He floats up a shot at the free throw circle, no good. And almost an opportunity for an offensive rebound with Adonis De La Rosa, but he couldn't handle the ball, and it'll go out of bounds. So we have 50.4 seconds remaining in the first half. Illinois is up by 6, 30-24. Keyshawn Woods takes the ball past the logo. Dribbling towards the top of the key with Woods. Feeds the ball off right wing 3 from the outside, and he hits it as Caleb Wesson. And we got ourselves a 3-point game for the leading scorer for the Buckeyes. Hits the 3 from the outside. Timeout on the floor by Brad Underwood's squad, and the Illinois Fighting Illini with 26.3 seconds remaining before the half. Got ourselves a pretty good game here. I'll update the chat. with the newest score so far in this one. And right now the score is Illinois 30, Ohio State 27. We have 26 seconds remaining. Fighting Illini will get the inbound. And they pass it off. So the ball goes back into the hands of Dasunmu with 21 left. It goes into the hands now of Tyler Underwood, who's coming off the bench for the Illini now with 11 on the clock. Underwood with the ball, trying to look for somebody who's open. Dasunmu feeds the ball into the low post. Bershanishvili with 4, puts up the jumper. No, hits the rim. Short part of the rim, rebounded by Ohio State, and they won't take a chance before the halftime buzzer. So Illinois up at the half with a 30-27 lead, and the last win for the Fighting Illini at Value City Arena came back on February 12th, 2009, a decade ago. And right now, the Fighting Illini, riding that 3-game winning streak, is up at the half, 30-27. So at this halftime break, we'll look into some of the box score stats, some of the team stats as well, and we'll look to the college basketball scoreboard also. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, so this is the place to be, right here with me, tuning into all these college basketball games. Next stream I'll have will be Saturday night. It'll be Tennessee against Kentucky, number 1 against number 5 in the SEC battle. So that one should be a good game as well. Gonna update the score here. Illinois 30, Ohio State 27. We're at halftime. But yeah, pretty good game so far as the Fighting Illini trying to stay afloat in there. So Illinois is looking for their 10th win of the season. So we'll preview some of the stats here, since we're at the half. Shooting wise, Illinois shooting the ball 41.4 from the 41.4% from the field right now in this one. They're 12 for 29 shooting the ball, compared to Ohio State, who only hit 8 shots in the first half, as most of their shots converted were from the charity stripe. Actually, they converted 9 out of 12 free throws in that first half, as they only hit 8 shots from the field. They're 8 for 21 right now inside the first half for Ohio State. And yeah, rebounds, as I'm looking at it, both of the teams are even on the rebounding right now, 18-18 in this one. Ohio State's turned the ball over 10 times in this game. Illinois turned the ball over 7. Also, there's been plenty of fouls to go by in this one. Illinois has fouled 11 times. Ohio State has committed 10 fouls so far in this game. In the three-point shooting from behind the arc, Ohio State's 2 for 6 from the outside. Illinois is 3 for 11. So we're at halftime here as we look to the box score. Trent Frazier with 10 points leading the way for the Fighting Illini, but bad news comes with that as he hobbled to the bench, as it looks like he suffered a knee injury as he was trying to rebound the ball, and he was basically hobbling over to the bench on one foot. So that's not good. The leading scorer for Illinois with 10 points, and it appears that he's hurt, as Trent Frazier has a huge impact on this Illinois team. He averages 14.7 points per game. He's the leading scorer for the Fighting Illini. He's also 3rd in the Big Ten right now in steals, as he averages 1.6 steals per game. Trent Frazier has a season-high 30 points that he scored back against Minnesota on January 16th as well. So huge loss right now for the Fighting Illini. They're trying to make a run here, and basically the only way that Illinois can make a run to the postseason right now is that it could help them to win out so they could get a better seeding come conference tournament time. But basically, when the conference tournament comes, they have to win every single game of the conference tournament, and that's the only way they can make it in is by being an automatic bid, basically. So they have to win the Big Ten title to get to the March Madness tournament. But yeah, other things that they could play for the NIT as well if they come away with a winning record, and that basically consists of winning out of this entire conference and going like 12-8 down the stretch in the Big Ten. That would put them at 16-15 overall heading into the conference tournament. So that could help out too for Illinois. As we look to the leading scorers here for the Ohio State Buckeyes at the half, we see that Caleb Wesson is leading the way right now at halftime with 9 points. Then coming in CJ Jackson with 7. And then the other brother, Andre Wesson, right now delivering with 5 points. So a little bit of distribution here by Ohio State at halftime, but Illinois off to a 3-point lead at halftime here. Coming off the bench, Kyle Young and Dwayne Washington, both with 2 points at the half right now for Ohio State. It's a little bit into the box score for both of these teams, as this is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe, as I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, and I'll go over the upcoming schedule for you guys as well. Say thank you all for joining me here. Saturday at 8 p.m., I'll have number 1 Tennessee playing against number 5 Kentucky. That one will tip off, and I'll have it for you 8 p.m. Eastern time with a live play-by-play and reactions, and I'll be doing games throughout the entire week, basically. President's Day on Monday, I'll have the Battle of Virginia at 7 p.m. on Monday. I'll have Virginia versus Virginia Tech. Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I'll have Purdue going up against Indiana right now. Interesting game because Indiana currently sits on the bubble. The first time that Indiana played against Purdue beat them by 15, so we'll see what happens there. Right now, the Hoosiers are sitting at 11th. Yeah, they're 11th in the Big Ten with a conference record of 4-9 overall, 13-11 as well overall. So basically, for Indiana to get into that March Madness tournament, they basically have to win out by this point, and then they could get there most likely with 12 losses as well, because how talented the Big Ten has been this season. But this is not a game they can afford to lose against Purdue. Indiana has to win that in order to keep their tournament title hopes alive to be a bid in the tournament. And then the other game as well I'll have for you guys, the biggest one of the next week will be North Carolina against Duke at 9 p.m. on Wednesday. I'll have that stream as well. And then on Thursday, back to some more Big Ten basketball. 7 p.m. Thursday, Michigan against Minnesota. Minnesota is another one of those teams as an at-large right now, just hanging on to that bubble spot for the Golden Gophers, as Minnesota currently sits with a 6-8 record in the Big Ten. They're 16-9 overall. So they're in that category, I think, for last 4 in right now for Minnesota in the latest bracketology, I think. But yeah, I think the Big Ten right now has about 8 teams projected to be into the tournament. They did have 10 at one point, but Nebraska and Indiana did drop out. So let's see. Minnesota right now is an 11 line. And yeah, they're on the bubble. They're part of the last 4 byes right now in the latest bracketology, along with Clemson, Central Florida, and Butler. And then on the bubble's Indiana, inside the first 4 out, and they're the very first team that's out of the tournament in the latest ESPN bracketology projections. And then there's Florida, Utah State, and Creighton as well. And in there on the bubble, a lot of mid-majors here with St. Mary's, San Francisco, Belmont, and Davidson as part of the next 4 out. Just curious to see the Ohio Valley right now, as they have 2 really strong teams in Murray State and Belmont. One of those teams will win the conference, and then we usually don't ever see a mid-major school get an at-large bid, but we could possibly see it this year, possibly in the Southern Conference as well, as there's been some strong teams out there in that conference too. Wofford, UNC Greensboro. So it's going to be interesting come Selection Sunday what teams get in, what teams get to the NIT. As we are at the half right now, I'll preview that Big Ten standings for you guys. So with the Michigan loss earlier this week at Penn State, that dropped Michigan back to 11-3 overall and has them tied right now against Michigan State in the conference. So Michigan State and Michigan both in first right now at 11-3, and then comes Purdue at 10-3, Maryland at 10-4, Wisconsin at 9-5, and then Iowa at 8-5. So those are your 6 teams inside the AP Top 25 right now. Michigan, Michigan State, Purdue, Maryland, Wisconsin, and Iowa. And then after that, 7th in the conference is the Ohio State Buckeyes. 8th is Minnesota, which Minnesota right now is right on the bubble, as they're right in front of all those teams that's like last 4 in or so, as they're part of that next 4 out group. And then after that is Illinois, who's 6-8, or 5-8 right now. They could move up to 6-8 and tie Minnesota inside the conference with a win today against Ohio State. And if Illinois wins, that would put Ohio State back under 500 again and have them going 6-7. So it's going to be interesting to see down the stretch what happens, as we still have like a month of basketball left before tournament time. And of course, don't forget the conference tournament, because that's basically do or die as well for college basketball for teams right on the bubble. Okay, so not much going on in college basketball today. This one just started out. They just started out their second half here. Number 9 Houston is up against UConn, 36-29. So this Houston Cougars team is looking for their 24th win of the season. They're currently 23-1 right now, and they're 10-1 in the American. They had that big win over the weekend against Cincinnati, as Cincinnati was the other team in the American before that weekend, who only had 1 loss in the conference. And that win by Houston put Cincinnati outside the top 25. This Houston team is a team to look out for as well. 9th in the nation right now. They have the largest home winning streak in all college basketball. They've won 32 games in a row at home. So they've been really impressive all season long for the Houston Cougars. There's only one other top 25 game tonight. That's number 3 Gonzaga playing against Loyola Marymount. So that happened 11 p.m. Eastern time. The Gonzaga Bulldogs right now just absolutely destroying teams. They have the largest point margin and largest defeat of margin by any team right now in all college basketball, and they score the most points per game for any team of college basketball. They average just above 90 points per game this season. For the Gonzaga Bulldogs, another one of those ways that they keep up their win margins, that they just absolutely blow teams left and right out. This is a team to watch out for. They lost to number 1 Tennessee by 3, 76-73, but they also have a win against Duke in there, as well as Gonzaga beat Duke 89-87. This Gonzaga team, led by Rui Hachimura, could be a team to look out for and could possibly go to the national championship. And then we see them just blowing out teams on their schedule here, not by like 25 or 30 points, but more like 40, 50 points here, as their last game, they beat St. Mary's. I'm going to check the standing. St. Mary's has a record of 15-10. So St. Mary's is a winning record team, and Gonzaga beat them 94-46. And then before that, San Francisco was on the bubble, and Gonzaga took care of that and knocked them right off the bubble, as Gonzaga beat San Francisco last week 92-62. So, yeah, this Gonzaga team just really impressive. As I'm looking at some of these scores. They beat Santa Clara earlier in conference play 91-48. They beat Denver in non-conference play 101-40. Yeah, this team's impressive. It's insane how they're just absolutely blowing out teams left and right. But yeah, Illinois played them in non-conference play. Illinois actually kept it close. It was 84-78, the final. Gonzaga won that game by 6. So yeah, that was a pretty close game for Illinois to stay in, as this Fighting Illini team just keeps on getting better and better every single game. They have only one senior in the starting lineup. That is, let's see, Aaron Jordan, the senior guard from Plainfield, Illinois. And he isn't even the leading scorer on this team. Aaron Jordan averages 8.3 points per game, but the leading scorer on this team is Trent Frazier. Right now is hurt on the bench, so we'll see how that impacts Illinois in the second half, as Trent Frazier leads the Fighting Illini right now with 10 points, as he had a season-high 30 points against Minnesota back on January 16th. But they have 2 sophomores in the starting lineup and 2 freshmen as well to go along with that. And the 2 freshmen have really been making an impact the past few games, as it's been Ayo Dosunmu, as he's had 16 games with double-digit points this season for Dosunmu, as he was the big leader in the win against Michigan State back on February 5th, as Dosunmu scored 24 points that game. And then the big scorer against Rutgers on Saturday was Georgi Bershanishvili, who scored 35 points, and he was 14 out of 18 shooting in that game as well. So we're almost back to action here, since we just ended halftime. And wow, look at that. Trent Frazier is lacing up his cleats, and it looks like he'll be back on the court for the second half. So that gives Illinois a huge boost for the second half to have him back after he wobbled off the court towards the end of the first half. So the clock at 20, and we got ourselves a second half right now with Ohio State inbounding the ball. Ohio State in the white jerseys, red lettering. Illinois, black away jerseys, white lettering. We're underway in the second half with 19:50 remaining. Ohio State with the ball. Now towards the Buckeye logo, trying to dribble towards the top of the key is C.J. Jackson. Jackson now dribbling towards the left wing, towards the Value City Arena logo. Passes the ball off now. Top of the key, trying to dribble inside. Andre Weston blows past the defender, up and in by Weston. We got ourselves a 1-point game with 19 and a half left to go in regulation. Andre Weston with 7 points right now. Illinois 30, Ohio State 29. Illinois with the ball at the free throw circle as Bershanishvili hands the ball off to Frazier. Now they kick it down low. Bershanishvili trying to back his way low post. And he gets the courtesy of the rim as it goes up and in. Wasn't sure if it was going to get there, but the rim was helpful to put that ball into the basket. And Georgi Bershanishvili has 4 points now for the Fighting Illini, trying to dribble inside for Ohio State, and they put up the shot, and they were fouled as well with 19 minutes remaining in play. So the Buckeyes will go to the line for 2. Fighting Illini picks up their first foul of the half with 19 minutes remaining. First shot from the line, and he drains his C.J. Jackson. So DeMonte Williams picked up the foul for the Fighting Illini. First shot went, and second shot went. We got ourselves a 1-point game, 32-31. 19 minutes left to go in the second. Illinois passes the timeline here towards the left wing where the ball is. Dosunmu feeds the ball off. Now it's to the right wing of the perimeter with Aaron Jordan. He passes the ball off. Dribbling towards the left wing with it. DeMonte Williams. Williams now looking for somebody who's open. At the top of the key with it, Trent Frazier. Back in the game. Past 8 games, Illinois is 5-3. Frazier lobs the ball. Low post to Bershanishvili. And he hits it. Underneath the basket, lays it in. He gets fouled as well as Georgi Bershanishvili will go to the line for one. Illinois is up 34-31 with 18.5 left. What a pass by Trent Frazier. Lobs that one into the low post. Going underneath the basket is Bershanishvili, and he puts it home. So Georgi at the line hits it. And Illinois is up 35-31. Ohio State now with the ball into the hands of Luther Muhammad. Takes it past the timeline. To the top of the key, dribbling towards the right wing of the perimeter. Muhammad trying to dribble inside. Leads Jackson into a pass. Low post. And it's good. Reverse hand layup under the basket. Good for CJ Jackson. 2-point game. 18-12 remaining. Illinois now with the ball at the top of the key. Trent Frazier, as he's dribbling low post, kicks the ball back outside. Left wing with it here for Illinois, trying to dribble to the top of the key. And now it's Bershanishvili with the ball at the free throw circle. Bershanishvili thought about taking the jumper. Backs his way into the low post. Now he's going baseline with it. Bershanishvili jumper hits it. Another big shot by Georgi, and Illinois with a 37-33 lead. 9 points right now by Bershanishvili. 4 for 6 from the floor. 17:40 left to go in regulation. Illinois up by 4. Ohio State with the ball. Trying to dribble with it is CJ Jackson. The ball gets tipped. Intercepted by Illinois. They take it past the timeline. Trent Frazier with it. Passes the ball. Top of the key. 3. No good. He had the open look with Aaron Jordan, but couldn't get it to fall. Rebounded by Ohio State. They take it past the timeline with Luther Muhammad. Top of the key now with Muhammad. Trying to dribble inside. Muhammad guarded by Bershanishvili. Passes the ball to Andre Wesson, but we do have a foul called by the Fighting Illini inside the low post, and they'll pick up their second team foul of this half. So Illinois doing everything right now in this game to make sure that they get another W there and extend their win streak. Ohio State to inbound it. The score right now, 37-33. 17:09 left to go. Ball goes to Caleb Wesson at the free throw circle. Feeds the ball down low into the low post, and the ball gets tipped out of bounds as Caleb Wesson passed that one, and it went off the hands of Dwayne Washington, and it goes out of bounds, so it'll be a turnover by the Buckeyes. 17 minutes remaining, Illinois with the ball. Trent Frazier now passes top of the key. Dosunmu dribbling at the top of the key, dribbles towards the left side of the perimeter. Passes the ball off to Trent Frazier, and the ball into the low post, and it's up and in by Bershanishvili. With 16:47 left to go. Haven't seen the scoreboard change yet, though. The foul might have happened before the shot. We'll see what the refs roll here. Yeah, so the ball did go into the basket, but the refs say the foul happened before Bershanishvili took the shot. So it'll be an Illinois inbound. The floater up top and no good. It's rebounded by Ohio State. Illinois with a 4-point lead. Buckeyes with the ball. Top of the key with CJ Jackson. At the free throw circle, backs his way out of it now. To the top of the key for Jackson. Passes left wing with it. Kyle Young passes the ball off left corner. 3 by Dwayne Washington. No good. Fight for the rebound. Is offensive rebound by Andre Wesson. Illinois is up 37-33. 16:15 remaining in regulation. Andre Wesson with the ball trying to dribble inside, and he loses control of the ball. Illinois has it back. 2-on-1 fast break. The floater up top, no good. An offensive rebound, though, by Allen Griffin, and he kicks the ball back out. Trying to dribble inside, kicks the ball back outside. Right wing 3, nothing but net by Trent Frazier. What an impact Frazier has had on this game. 13 points, 3 for 4 from the outside. Illinois with a 7-point lead, 40-33. 15:40 left to go. Ohio State with the ball. CJ Jackson at the right wing, passes the ball off top of the key with Kyle Young. Kyle Young passes the ball to the top of the key with Musa Jallo, goes into the low post now with Andre Wesson. Trying to work his way into the low post, and he shoots one up, and no, goes off the backboard. He gets his own rebound, puts it back home. We got ourselves a 5-point game. Buckeyes down by 5. 15-12 left to go. Illinois with the ball. Dasunmu passes the ball off to Bershanishvili, and it looks like we do have a timeout on the floor. The score right now, Illinois 40. Ohio State 35. I'm going to update the chat here with a score. I do play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games all season long and throughout the March Madness tournament as well. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'm going to update the chat here right now. So yeah, pretty good game right now for both of these teams. Illinois trying to keep on this win streak going and going. They've been the team that's been spoiler to basically everybody. They beat Maryland, then they beat Michigan State. They kicked Nebraska basically out of the projected field of 68 and off the bubble. They keep on winning and winning. And here we go, another one of those teams, Ohio State, and this could be Illinois' first away game that they've won this season. Coming into this game, Illinois is 0 for 6 in road games this season. They're showing it to you right now that they can still play with the big boys of the Big Ten. As right now, we'll go through the box scores since we're on this commercial break, and we see that Trent Frazier has had a huge impact on this Fighting Illini team right now. He has 13 points. He's 3 for 4 from the outside, 5 for 9 shooting. And then right behind them, Georgi Bishanishvili with 9 points right now for Illinois. And then Aaron Jordan adding 3. Also, Ayo Dasunmu with 6. We look to the leading scorers for Ohio State, and C.J. Jackson leading the way with 11 points. The point guard, and he has 2 assists and 2 steals as well. He also has a block to go along with his name. And Andre Wesson and Caleb Wesson, both of the brothers, with 9 points right now. Musa Jallo with 2, along with Kyle Young and Dwayne Washington shipping in 2 as well for the Buckeyes. So we're on this commercial break. We have 15:07 left to go in the second. Illinois is up 40-35 against Ohio State. Illinois shooting the ball right now in this game 44% from the field. Ohio State shooting the ball just right behind them at 42% from the field, as the difference has been 3-pointers. Illinois is 4 for 13 shooting the 3 ball. Ohio State right now is 2 for 7 from the field. Buckeyes out rebounding Fighting Illini at this point of the game, 22-19. But yeah, both of these teams have been really high fouling each other so far in this one. Also as well, 13 turnovers by Ohio State compared to only Illinois' 8 so far in this one. So wow, Illinois trying to look for their first win on the road this season, and they're 15 minutes and 7 seconds away from having it if they control this lead throughout the game. So we're going to be back to action very shortly here as Ohio State will get the inbound. And the Buckeyes will get the ball. So we're back. C.J. Jackson passes the ball off to Dwayne Washington. Takes the ball past the timeline here for the Buckeyes. And with a burst of speed past the defender, but he's blocked from behind. Illinois with a huge block from behind. Right wing 3 outside. No good by Alan Griffin. He almost got the rattle. It looked like the bottom part of the rim, but it almost went back in. And another steal. Alan Griffin with a steal for the Fighting Illini. So 2 turnovers by Ohio State, as the turnovers have plagued them today. Illinois with the ball. They're up by 5. 14.5 left to go. Now at the left wing, Bershanishvili chucks the ball across, and it's intercepted by Ohio State into the lane. It was Dwayne Washington, and he got stripped of the ball in the lane as he was trying to lay the ball in, and there was a tie-up with bodies all over the court. right below the Ohio State basket, trying to possess the ball, and it looks like the tie-up will go back to the Fighting Illini. So Illinois with a 5-point lead, and they get the ball back again. At the top of the key with it is Kipper Nichols, passes the ball right wing and back to Nichols. And another steal there. Ohio State gets that one. There are bodies on the floor as well to possess that ball. Right wing with it from the outsides. Keyshawn Woods dribbling with the ball for Ohio State. 13:48 left to go. 16 on the shot clock. Woods still with the ball at the free throw circle. Feeds the ball baseline low to Kyle Young. And he hits the jumper off the glass for Kyle Young. Got ourselves a 3-point game. Illinois 40, Ohio State 37. 13:33 left to go in the second. Kyle Young with 4 points for the Buckeyes. Illinois passing the ball around the perimeter towards the right wing, dribbling now right of the baseline, and they have it back outside with the ball. DeMonte Williams feeds the ball. Low post to Bershanishvili. Dribbles back outside. Kicks the ball left wing outside. And floats up the left elbow jumper for 2. No good by Alan Griffin. Rebounded by Ohio State. 13:05 left to go. Buckeyes with the ball. Dribbling past a group of defenders and up and in off the backboard. With a right hand is CJ Jackson. And he gets fouled as well. And I'll go to the line for one shot to see if he can tie this up. CJ Jackson right here blowing past number 0, Alan Griffin of Illinois. And he took it in himself. Wow. Got ourselves a 40-39 game. And to the line will be CJ Jackson. And he hits it. Jackson shooting 80.3% from the free throw line this season, and he has himself a night right now. 14 points, 7 of 10 from the field. 7-0 run for the Buckeyes. Left wing of the perimeter now for Illinois, and now they're dribbling towards the right elbow. Aaron Jordan with the ball at the right wing now for Illinois. 12:42 left to go. Kicks the ball out to the left baseline with Bershanishvili. Bershanishvili trying to back his way inside, guarded by Caleb Wesson. And he dribbles outside. Now he's trying to dribble. Baseline, no good. The shot went up, no good. Rebounded by Ohio State. With numbers, they do kick it back outside. CJ Jackson passes the ball to Caleb Wesson now at the right wing. Wesson feeds the ball to Jackson. Jackson floats up the shot, no good. Off the top of the rim, rebounded by Illinois. They take it past the timeline. Right wing 3 from the outside, hits the rim short by Trent Frazier, rebounded by the Buckeyes. 12:10 remaining. Ohio State with the ball. The game's tied up at 40. And CJ Jackson trying to dribble inside the low post, and he loses control of the ball, and it goes out of bounds. With 12:07 left to go in the second. What a game. That's the 16th turnover by the Buckeyes in this game tonight. Only 11 turnovers by Illinois. 13 points off of turnovers by the Fighting Illini in this one. So Illinois has the ball back. This game's tied up at 40 with 12 minutes left. Illinois hands off the ball and now trying to go inside is DeMonte Williams. He feeds off the ball to the top of the key with Bershanishvili trying to dribble. Backing his way into the low post. Bershanishvili just lets a wild shot fly up, and it hits the bottom right of the backboard. Rebounded by the Buckeyes. Keyshawn Woods takes the ball past the timeline for Ohio State. Dribbles towards the top of the key. At the right wing with a right wing 3. No good. It rattled out by Caleb Wesson. Rebounded by the Fighting Illini. With 11:31 remaining, and I think we do have a rebounding foul called by the Buckeyes on the play as well. So update the chat here with the latest score. Illinois, Ohio State tied up at 40. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well, as I'll be doing play-by-play live reactions all season long to college basketball games. But this one got ourselves a great game. 40 apiece here. Ohio State and Illinois. So, wow. Ohio State right now in the latest ESPN bracketology with Joe Lunardi is projected to be a number 9 seed come bracket time. Right now we do have a tie game. Illinois did go on a 7-0 run to tie this game up at 40. All right. Yeah, Ohio State went on a 7-0 run to tie this game up at 40 as Illinois was up 40-33 at one point. We'll look inside the box score here. Really interesting stuff going on. Trent Frazier leading the way with 13 points for the Fighting Illini, and then coming in is Bershanishvili with 9 points, 6 points. The third leading scorer is Ayo Dosunmu. And then as we look to Ohio State right now with their leading scorers, 14 points coming from C.J. Jackson, along with 2 assists, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and a block as well for the star point guard in tonight's game. And then right behind Jackson, tied for second in points per game for this one, is a tie-up between the two brothers, Andre Wesson and Caleb Wesson. And both of the brothers shooting 3 for 6 from the field right now on this one. As we look to some of those team stats right now, Illinois was shooting a little bit better than Ohio State throughout most of this game, but now the Buckeyes have pulled ahead as Illinois is shooting 40% from the field. Ohio State currently shooting 41.9% from the field here. As we're on commercial break, the score is tied up at 40 between Illinois and Ohio State. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, so don't miss a beat out here with my channels. I'll get you covered throughout the season and tournament time. And coming up on Saturday, I'll have number 1 Tennessee going up against number 5 Kentucky, as that should be a good game. 8 p.m. Eastern time Saturday for you guys as well. We look to the scoreboard right now. Number 9 Houston is up top against UConn 53-41 with under 9 minutes to play in that game left in regulation. So we have 11 minutes, 31 seconds left, and the score is tied up at 40. Ohio State right now with the best win being at Cincinnati. And then other than that, they beat Nebraska and Indiana, which basically both of those teams are basically not even on the bubble right now. The last win for Illinois against Ohio State, you have to go all the way back to February 22nd, 2009. A decade ago. So this will be huge for Fighting Illini fans with a team that just keeps on progressing each and every day. 1 senior in the starting lineup, 2 sophomores, and 2 freshmen. And Illinois now with the ball at the left wing of the perimeter, and they feed it back to the top of the key with Dosunmu. Dosunmu, the freshman who has 16 games with double-digit points this season, passes the ball off top of the key to Andres Feliz, who passes the ball off to the left wing with its DeMonte Williams dribbling towards the right elbow. And we do have a player down for Illinois, as that was number 12, Adonis De La Rosa, that hit the floor for the Fighting Illini with 11:06 remaining. So Ohio State gets charged with a foul for bumping into De La Rosa. As, Ohio State has a tough schedule coming up. Coming Selection Sunday. We'll see how this game pins out, but they got a very tough schedule in there. 3 away games against Michigan State, Maryland, and Purdue, and then 2 home games against Iowa and Wisconsin. All those teams are 6th or better in the Big Ten right now, and every single one of those teams are top 25 teams currently inside the AP top 25. So the refs are looking at a review over here, as it looks like Kyle Young bumped right into Adonis De La Rosa. As the refs are looking at the review table of what happened, as De La Rosa was just stopped. It looked like he was trying to do the pick play, and then boom, there goes Kyle Young right into him. Yep. Boom. Yeah. And De La Rosa absolutely just gets leveled and hits the wood hard right there on the floor. The score right now is 40-40 with 11:06 left to go. I'm going to update the chat here since we're stopped. And yes, the refs will rule that it will be a foul by Kyle Young of Ohio State. So he picks up his third right now of the game for fouls for Kyle Young. It looks like he checks right back in, though. So a lot of foul trouble by both of these teams, as I think both of these teams are close to having like 12, 13 fouls in this game already. So Illinois will inbound with 11:06 remaining. Sunmu will pass the ball off to Trent Frazier as he dribbles with it now. And he hands the ball off at the right wing to Sunmu. Feeds the ball back outside. And left wing three, no good by Feliz. Rebounded by the Buckeyes. 10:50 remaining. Ohio State with the ball. It's Keyshawn Woods dribbling. Feeds the ball off left corner, and it's airballed by Dwayne Washington. Ball goes off a player's shoe. Illinois gets it back in transition, and they're quick to score off the glass, up and in with a right hand. Lay it up and in as Illinois went back in transition really fast and got behind the entire Ohio State defense. Illinois 42, Ohio State 40. Ohio State now with the ball, and it's tipped away, but falling on it was Ohio State. They're lucky to get that one back. Buckeyes now, top of the key three from the outside. Luther Muhammad hits the front part of the rim, short, rebounded by Illinois. 2-point game with 10:06 left. Right-handed layup up and in, going coast to coast. Andres Feliz with another big shot off the glass. He has 6 tonight. 44-40, the Fighting Illini are up with 9:52 remaining. Ohio State with the ball. Trying to dribble his way into the low post is Keyshawn Woods. Backing his way in there. Feeds the ball. Oh, what a feed. Down into the lane. And Dwayne Washington. Two-hand jams it down for Ohio State. 2-point game. 9:32 left to go. Illinois with the ball. Handing it off around the perimeter. Top of the key three. No good from the outside and rebounded by the Buckeyes. That was Sunmu who missed the 3-point shot by Ohio State. Or Illinois. Illinois who missed the shot was Sunmu, and we do have a foul on the play as Ohio State was passing the ball from the perimeter to the inside. Wow. Yeah, I'm looking at the replay there. So the last basket that Ohio State got is Keyshawn Woods. He was trying to look for somebody, and then he passed the ball right into the lane, whereas number 4, Dwayne Washington, who got fed the ball, nobody was in the lane guarding him, and he just two-handed jammed it down. Now we're back to action. The lob pass up top to Kyle Young, who feeds the ball off now. This is to Keyshawn Woods, who takes the deep 2 baseline jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, and too strong by Kyle Young. He couldn't get the offensive board and couldn't pull it up and in. Just too quick with his release. Off the offensive rebound, and it was tipped out of bounds as well by the Buckeyes. So Illinois will get the ball back with 9:04 remaining. So we see the last play on the replay. Who tipped it out? And the rest will roll it out. Ohio State did. So Illinois now with the ball, dribbling around the perimeter. 44-42, 8:52 remaining. Deep 3, top of the key, no good. Oh, Illinois almost got their own rebound there, but Ohio State was there. Alan Griffin shot the 3. He almost came in and got it, but good job boxing out by Ohio State to make sure that Alan Griffin couldn't get a hold of his own rebound here. Yeah, Alan Griffin saw that the lane was open, but Kyle Young got the rebound for Ohio State, but it was a rebounding foul by Kyle Young, so Illinois will get the ball back. 4 fouls by Young, only 4 points as well. Illinois trying to back their way into the low post, and Bershanishvili is fouled as he was trying to dribble inside a low post. So Kyle Young has just fouled out as he picked up that foul. So he's gone. He picked up his 5th. And he's no longer in there as he was guarding Bershanishvili, and Bershanishvili tried to get around him underneath the basket at the baseline, and that's where number 25, Kyle Young of the Buckeyes, picked up the foul. Four points, and he fouls out. Ohio State now has 6 fouls as a team. Illinois has 4. Another inbound coming for the Fighting Illini. And they do. They get it out to the left wing of the perimeter. It's with Sunmu. Feeds the ball down low to Bershanishvili is stolen away. Numbers here in a fast break and a two-handed jam, and we got ourselves a tie game with 8.5 left. Dwayne Washington was all alone behind the Illinois defense to jam it down, and gets fouled as well and go to the line for one. So off the steal, the pass to the other end of the court, and Dwayne Washington jams it down. And Ohio State could have a chance here to take the lead right back for the first time in a while in this game. Dwayne Washington with 6 points, 3 rebounds, 3 for 6 from the field tonight. He shoots the ball. It's a 55.6% free throw shooter on the season. The freshman from Grand Rapids, Michigan, Dwayne Washington. Tied up at 44 with 8.5. Washington for the lead, and he hits it. 45-44, Ohio State back out in front. Illinois now with the ball. They take it past the logo. Trent Frazier feeds the ball to the left wing, dribbling to the top of the key with it is Dosunmu. Try to go inside, past the group of defenders, and what a block. What a block by Caleb Wesson as Ayo Dosunmu was trying to take it into the lane. Let's see here. Ayo Dosunmu just tried to take it past the Buckeye defense in the replay, and number 34 was like, no, not going here. He swats the ball and goes out of bounds. So Caleb Wesson, he did block the ball, but the refs will meet together, and they met together and said that a foul was charged by Wesson. It would be a shooting foul, so he tried to plead his case to the refs, and Illinois is at the line, and they hit their first. So Dosunmu hit the first shot from the line. He has 7 points tonight, 3 for 5 from the charity stripe tonight. Second shot by Dosunmu, make it 4 for 6 from the line. 46-45, a lead change just happened. Illinois with a lead back. Ohio State takes the ball past the timeline as Keyshawn Woods. With 8:03 left to go in the second, Woods dribbling out right side of the perimeter, feeds the ball down low, and we do have a foul right before that all happened. That was probably in the best interest for Illinois to actually foul that, because there was a wide open Buckeye down inside the low post underneath the basket that would have laid that in to take the lead back. So only 6 fouls right now for Illinois, 7 for Ohio State. So one more foul by the Fighting Illini, and that means the Buckeyes will be in the bonus. As Ohio State gets the inbound now. Try to dribble inside Andre Wesson. Too strong off the glass, is rebounded by Illinois. They take it past the timeline as it's into the hands of Andres Felice. Felice hands the ball off to Dosunmu. And now it's to the top of the key with Trent Frazier. Frazier feeds the ball off. Left wing with it for Dosunmu. Feeds the ball low post. Too easy. Bershanishvili is there. Open shot is up and in as he lays it in. 48-45. Georgie has 11. 5 rebounds as well, and he's 5 for 8 from the field tonight. Ohio State with the ball at the top of the key to the right wing, and nice pass down into the low post to Dwayne Washington, but there's a battle for the ball and a tie-up on the court as the refs will roll Ohio State ball. So there was bodies right there as the pass was thrown into the lane to Dwayne Washington as he couldn't cleanly control it. A bunch of bodies on the tie-up. But right now, Illinois with a 3-point lead against Ohio State, 48-45. I'll update the score here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. They're 7 minutes, 10 seconds away from possibly another Illinois victory if they keep this up and stay out in front. And that would mean Illinois would reach their 10th win this season. It's basically the only way that Illinois can get into the tournament now is they just have to win out throughout the rest of the season. What's plagued Ohio State throughout this game has been the turnovers. They've turned the ball over 16 times in this one. Lots of fouls so far. Both of the teams charged with 17 fouls on this game, so that's 34 total in this one. Illinois shooting the ball just a tad better than Ohio State from the field, as Illinois shooting the ball just above 41%. Ohio State shooting the ball right now at 39.5%, as when Ohio State went on that run, they were shooting the ball just a little better than Illinois. They were shooting about, I think, like 42%, but now that number's dropped to 39.5. As we look to some of the box score stats here, as we're at commercial break, C.J. Jackson still a leading scorer right now for the Buckeyes. He has 14 points, and then still stuck at 9 points is both the brothers, Andre Wesson, Caleb Wesson, with 9 points. Right now, we look to the box score here as we updated. 2 players in double-digit points for the Fighting Illini, and that being Trent Frazier with 13 and Georgi Bishanashvili with 11, making a difference in the past couple minutes for the Fighting Illini. And then Ayo Dosunmu in there as well with 8 points. Third on the team right now for Illinois. So we're on commercial break right now. We'll check into the college basketball scoreboard, and we got ourselves a 7-point game between number 9 Houston and UConn right now. The score is 61-54 with under 3 minutes to play left in that one. As I'm checking out the studio update on here, and looks like a big 3-pointer by Houston. That was pretty big 3-pointer. Also, another big game tonight would be Murray State. That's tipping off in about 23 minutes with the number 1 assist man in all college basketball, Ja Morant, who averages about 10.2 assists per game, and he averages just below 24 points per game as well for Ja Morant. He could be a top 5 NBA draft pick for Murray State as they play a big game that tips off in less than a half an hour against Austin Peay, who Austin Peay right now is sitting up with Jacksonville State in the conference at, I think they're 3rd in the Ohio Valley, and then Belmont and Murray State is tied for 1st. So we're back to action. Ohio State missed a 3-pointer, and Illinois got the ball back, and it's stolen away. Ohio State back with the ball. Dwayne Washington almost had a chance to lay it in, lost control of it a little bit, so he kicked it back outside. Luther Muhammad now with the ball left wing, trying to dribble inside, and couldn't lay it in. Just too strong off the glass, rebounded by Illinois. 6:28 remaining, trying to go the distance, and it's too strong off the glass again. Andres Feliz this time missed the shot for Illinois, rebounded by the Buckeyes. 6:20 left. Illinois 48, Ohio State 45. Buckeyes with the ball into the hands of Luther Muhammad, who's dribbling past the logo. Top of the key for Muhammad. Takes the... Oh, it looked like he was going to take the 3. Instead, at last minute, he decided to pass it inside. Bad decision. Goes off his teammate's back. Illinois got the ball back, tried to lay it in, and they missed the open layup, and Ohio State got the rebound back, and we do have a foul with 6 minutes left. Wow, so a lot of sequence of plays right there. Wow, I just want to see this for a second. If they do show the replay on that 3-pointer that they should have taken, and they fed the ball inside and hit his teammate off the back. We did have a foul on the last play as well. (48-45) game. Illinois up by 3. Looks like the refs are going to go to the review table here to see what type of foul that was. We have 6 minutes remaining in this game. As we have the foul count in this one, Ohio State's been charged with 8 fouls so far in this game, and Illinois has been charged with 7 in the second half. So, yeah, looks like number 34 of Ohio State, that was Caleb Wesson, who got called with a push-off against number 10, Andres Feliz. And Felice just slid down to the hard court. So yeah, Wesson just like pushed him. Basically just slid down on his back, Felice. But did Felice just flop on purpose? I don't know. So we're gonna see what the refs will rule here. This could be big down the stretch with 6 minutes left. This could be a big turning point in the game, however they decide this. So we're on an official review right now to see what the refs are considering about that Caleb Wesson push-off. And it looks like Ohio State will get the inbound here as Caleb Wesson checks out of the game. So the leading scorer coming into this game for Ohio State just checked out, and now the ball into the hands of Keyshawn Woods at the right wing behind the perimeter for the Buckeyes. They're down by 3 with 5:45 left. Trying to dribble inside. Spin move into the low post by Keyshawn Woods. No good, but we do have a foul on the play by Illinois with 5:42 left to go. So Woods will go to the line for 2. It's been 10 years since the last time Illinois has won against Ohio State in Columbus. To the line for 2 will be Ohio State. Shooting is Keyshawn Woods at the free throw circle. First shot from the line. Too strong off the top of the rim. No good. 5:42 left to go. A lot of foul trouble. Felice has 4. DeMonte Williams has 4. And Aaron Jordan has 3 for Illinois. And then Caleb Wesson with 4 fouls. Luther Muhammad for 3. And then already Kyle Young fouled out of this game a few minutes ago. So the second shot went down from the line for Ohio State. So we got ourselves a 2-point game. Illinois with the ball on the inbound as they try to get it past the 10-second line, and they do. Trent Frazier dribbling past the logo. Passes the ball out to the right wing and back to Frazier at the top of the key. Frazier dribbles towards the left of the perimeter. Passes the ball out to the right of the perimeter. Dosunmu passes the ball right corner. Back to Dosunmu, right wing. Top of the key now with the ball is Aaron Jordan. Back to Dosunmu. Right wing 3, Dosunmu, and he drains it. Ayo Dosunmu with a huge 3-pointer by the Fighting Illini, and now they have a 51-46 lead. Puts him in double-digit points tonight with Dosunmu with 11. 5 minutes to play. Ohio State with the ball. 3, and he hits it. That's actually a 2. So it's right before the 3-point line. Keyshawn Woods hits the 2 right there. So a deep 2 at the very top of the free throw circle by Keyshawn Woods. Score right now is 51-48. Timeout called on the floor by Ohio State. I'm going to update the chat here with a score. Don't go away. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll be doing live play-by-play and reactions all season long to college basketball games. Don't turn the dial here. Illinois has got 51. Ohio State, 48. So, yeah, this game really getting interesting as we're coming down to the wire. Under 5 minutes to go. We'll look into the box score here, and I'm going to go over some foul trouble so we can all update you guys on how everybody's doing here with the key players. So, Bershanishvili is pretty clean. He only has 1 foul, same as Trent Frazier. So, those are the 2 impact players throughout this game for Illinois, and they're doing pretty well, not in foul trouble. Same as Ayo Dosunmu is. Right now, he has only 2 fouls, as Dosunmu and Bershanishvili are tied. The 2 freshmen have 22 points combined, both of them with 11 points right now. Trent Frazier leading the way with 13 points for the Fighting Illini. The guy that's in foul trouble for Illinois would be DeMonte Williams the sophomore guard from Peoria, Illinois. Right now, he's got 4 fouls charged on him. And then off the bench, Andres Feliz has 4 fouls as well. 6 points for Feliz tonight. We'll look to Ohio State and see who's in foul trouble. And this is a big key right here because their second leading scorer right now is Caleb Wesson, and he has 4 fouls charged against him. Kyle Young already fouled out for the Buckeyes. And then who else? We got 3 fouls on Luther Muhammad, 2 fouls by Andre Wesson, and Musa Jallo hasn't played that much, but he has no fouls charged to him. CJ Jackson, who's the leading scorer, has been pretty good. Not many fouls there either. Only one foul so far tonight by CJ Jackson. So Jackson's leading the way for the Buckeyes right now with 14 points. What a game. 51-48. And I'll have the streams that keep on continuing and continuing, as the next game I'll have for you guys, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, Saturday night. It'll be Grant Williams, who leads the SEC in points per game for the Tennessee Vols, going up against P.J. Washington in his last 9 games, averaging just below 19 points per game for the Kentucky Wildcats, number 1 versus number 5, Saturday night at 8 p.m. So we're back to action here. Illinois with the ball, left wing to the top of the key with it, and takes the free throw circle jumper and hits the J is Trent Frazier to add 2 more. He has 15 points tonight, 6 for 11 from the field. 53-48, Illinois up by 5. Ohio State with the ball, dribbling towards the right wing. Takes the deep 2 from the free throw circle, no good. And the offensive rebound by Caleb Wesson. And he gets fouled, so Caleb Wesson will go to the line. So Ohio State is down by 5 with 4:17 left to go. That was number 32, Keyshawn Woods, for Ohio State, who took that free throw circle jumper, missed, and Caleb Wesson got the rebound. Caleb Wesson on the season shooting the ball at 73%. Now he's at the line. For the 1-and-1, he hits his first. So that means he'll go to the charity stripe again to see if he can knock down the second. We got ourselves a 4-point game. 53-49 with 4:17 remaining. Caleb Wesson hits another one, and we got ourselves a 3-point game. Illinois with the ball. Ohio State was keeping them in as the free throws. They're 16 for 20 tonight compared to Illinois' only 6 for 10. Illinois with the ball at the top of the key, trying to dribble, and they pass the ball out at the left corner and out to the left wing outside. Back to setting up the offense with Dosunmu at the Ohio State logo. 11 on the shot clock, 3:57 left in regulation. Dosunmu at the top of the key here. Ayo trying to go into the low post. Feeds the ball off to an open Bershanishvili, and he hits it home off the glass, up and in. 5-point lead again for the Fighting Illini. 3:40 left to go. Bershanishvili has 13. Ohio State now with the ball. It's Keyshawn Woods trying to go inside with a burst of speed. And what a block by Georgie. Into the stands for Bershanishvili. So we have a timeout on the floor. 3:32 remaining. And what a game here. The Fighting Illini trying to get things done and trying to go on a 4-game winning streak here. And they're almost 3.5 minutes or so away from doing it. 55-50. Illinois up by 5. Wow, what a game. Incredible game. With all these fouls, this game has lasted longer than usually the other ones as well, because the Arizona-Utah game, which I didn't plan to stream tonight because the Pac-12 hasn't been impressive at all this season. They have 0 top 25 teams out there, and Arizona doesn't even look like they're going to be in the tournament. So I decided not to stream this one, and I thought this would be a better matchup. And even though Illinois is coming in here with a 9-15 record, throw the records out the window, because what matters is how they've been playing the past 3 games, and that's translated over to this one as well, as they're looking for their first win on the road this season. It's been impressive what Illinois has done here. Playing against the number 9 projected seed in the NCAA tournament and trying to threaten that projected seed to push them back and maybe into the bubble contention. We'll see. But right now, Illinois is shooting the ball fairly well from the floor compared to Ohio State. Illinois shooting the ball a lot better than they did earlier. They're moving out of that. They moved out of that 39% range, and now they're shooting the ball just over 43% from the floor. Ohio State right now is just over 37% shots converted from the floor. So Ohio State's shooting percentage has dropped within the past minutes. What's kept the Buckeyes in this game has to be the free throws. They're 16 for 20 right now, shooting from the charity stripe, as Illinois is 6 for 10 in this one. Ohio State also out-rebounding Illinois. Slim margin, though, only by 4 right now, 33 to 29. Buckeyes have been turning it over a lot. 17 turnovers compared to Illinois' 13. And, yeah, too many fouls in this one. 38 combined by both of these teams. As we're on this commercial break, we'll check the box score to see the other games right now going on. I think it's just Houston and UConn is the only other team, top 25 game going on, and we got ourselves under a minute to play, in Houston as an 8-point lead. So the number 9 Houston Cougars looking like they're going to improve to 24-1 overall and 11-1 in the American, as they're about 53 seconds from doing so, and less than 10 minutes from tip-off is John Morant and Murray State, as Morant could possibly be the number 2 draft pick come June in the NBA draft, as Murray State and the Racers from the Ohio Valley Conference will play against Austin Peay just after 9:05 for that tip-off. But yeah, Georgi Bershanishvili's really come on strong as of late. Right now, he had 35 points against Rutgers. He went 14 for 18 shooting from the field in that one. And then tonight, another double-digit point game by him. 13 points, 5 rebounds, but look at this stat, 4 blocks. As the last play, I think he did get the block on the last play, and there was a foul picked up by Illinois. And it was DeMonte Williams who did pick up the foul. So now we have Ohio State, who's going to shoot free throws here at the charity stripe. They're in the double bonus. So they'll shoot 2, and the first one hits the top of the iron and no good by Andre Wesson. The score right now, Illinois 55, Ohio State 50 with 3:32 left. Second shot by Andre, and he hits that 4-point game. 55-51, Illinois now with the ball. 17 for 22 from the line tonight for Ohio State. It's pretty good. Just under 80%. As the Fighting Illini have the ball at the left wing. It's into the hands of Dosunmu. He backs out towards the Buckeye logo with 3:10 remaining. 10 on the shot clock. Right wing now with Dosunmu. Dosunmu, deep 3, right wing. No good. Offensive rebound by Bershanishvili. And a foul called by the Buckeyes underneath. As Bershanishvili got the rebound. With 3:04 remaining in a 55-51 game. So let's see. It was C.J. Jackson working on Bershanishvili. And then there was he was guarded by like 3 guys, but Jackson was the one who was trying to box out. So I think I think it was picked up by Jackson, so that's Jackson's second foul he's picked up tonight. So to the line will be Georgi Bershanishvili. He shoots the ball at 63% from the free throw line, and since they're in the 1-and-1, he missed it, and he gets rebounded by the Buckeyes. 3 minutes remaining. 4-point game. Ohio State with the ball. They take it past their logo. Now dribbling towards the Value City logo on the left, and now dribbling towards the top of the key. Top of the key 3. No good from the outside by Caleb Wesson. Rebounded by Illinois. The Fighting Illini with the ball, slowing down the tempo. 2:36 remaining. Into the hands of Dosunmu. Passes the ball off. Left wing now for the Fighting Illini. Aaron Jordan dribbling around the perimeter, right side of the perimeter now. He's dribbling, looking for a man who's open. Finds Bershanishvili with 10 on the shot clock. Hands the ball off to Feliz. Feliz trying to dribble inside, working on Wesson, and a foul called. And a foul called inside as Illinois was trying to dribble in there. Andres Feliz working on Caleb Wesson. I believe Caleb Wesson has fouled out of this game. That's his 5th. So he just fouled out. Caleb Wesson just fouled out. We thank you for joining me in the stream. The score right now, Illinois 55, Ohio State 51 with 2:19 left. So a lot of foul trouble right now. I'm going to update the score for you guys. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long, and I'll be doing this into the March Madness tournament as well. What a game we have tonight. Illinois trying to get their 4th win in a row. They keep on progressing each and every game. Ohio State and Caleb Wesson just fouled. Illinois was at the line, and they just hit 1 out of 2 shots from the free throw line. So 56-51 with 2:19 remaining. Gonna update the score for you guys. What a game here. The team coming into this game with a 9-15 record. Throw the records out the window because they've been performing spectacular as of late. Beating Michigan State, beating Maryland, beating Nebraska. They beat Rutgers on a 3-game winning streak and trying to win their first game on the road this season. And they just taken the leading scorer coming into this game for Ohio State out of the game. Caleb Wesson fouled out just a minute ago. He had 11 points on the night, so that's the 2nd player for the Buckeyes, along with Kyle Young. He's on the bench now because they fouled out. Now we're back to action, so Ohio State will get the inbound. The ball goes into the hands of C.J. Jackson for the Buckeyes. 56-51. Illinois is up with 2:10 remaining. Jackson with the ball, trying to dribble between defenders and too strong off the backboard. Rebounded by the Fighting Illini. 2 minutes left. Illinois with the ball. They take it past the timeline. They pass it to the left wing of the perimeter here for the Fighting Illini. Handoff, trying to dribble baseline. Kicks it back outside. Now dribbling inside. Aaron Jordan floats up the shot. No good. We do have a foul on the play. With 1 minute and 47 seconds remaining. And there was a foul on the play, and will send Illinois back to the line for 2. Wow. So going to update the score once again for you guys. 56 for Illinois. 51 for Ohio State to the line. And he hits his first as Aaron Jordan on the season. He averages 78% from the free throw line. Minute 47 remaining. 2nd shot by Jordan. No good. 57-51. Illinois trying to pull off the upset here. They haven't won in a decade at Columbus. Trying to work their way in the low post, and they get it up and good for Ohio State. And a foul. So go to the line for the 1 shot from the line with 1 minute and 37 remaining. Nice pass right there. Inside. C.J. Jackson was fed the shot baseline on the pass. It was number 32, Keyshawn Woods, that fed him the ball down low on the baseline. And C.J. Jackson is 16 tonight. So Jackson at the line. Hits it. We got ourselves a 3-point game. Illinois 57, Ohio State 54. 1 minute 37 remaining. It's been a decade since Illinois last beat Ohio State. February 22nd, 2009 in Columbus. It's been a decade since they beat them at Columbus. Illinois with the ball. They take it past the timeline with Trent Frazier slowing down the tempo. 1 minute 20 left. 14 left to go on the shot clock. 6-second difference. Frazier in the way. Feeds the ball off. Up and in by Illinois. 59-54, 5-point game. Fighting Illini's up Ohio State with the ball. C.J. Jackson takes it past the timeline, feeds the ball left wing to Luther Muhammad. Muhammad now at the left wing of the perimeter. Muhammad with 57 left, trying to dribble inside, and he's stripped of the ball, and it goes out of bounds with 57 seconds left to go in regulation. What a feed inside from 1 to 10 on the replay for Illinois. Trent Frazier fed that ball down underneath the basket baseline to Andres Feliz, who laid it in. That was a brilliant pass. So what just happened last? The ball did go out of bounds as he was stripped, but he also got fouled. So Ohio State will go to the line for 2, and the first shot is hit by Luther Muhammad. We got ourselves a 4-point game. Illinois 59, Ohio State 55. 57 seconds remaining. Second shot from the line by the Buckeyes. They hit it. 3-point game. 59-56, and a timeout called on the floor with 57 seconds remaining. I'm going to update the score for you guys in the chat right here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I do play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games. What a game here. It's the 9-15 Illinois Fighting Illini are under a minute left to go in this game since we have a timeout on the floor, trying to pull off the upset at Ohio State, and they have not won at Columbus in a decade. So I'm going to update the score here for you guys. 57 seconds left as we have a timeout here. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions to college basketball games all season long. My next stream will be Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Number 1 Tennessee against number 5 Kentucky. I'll be doing that one. And then I have a couple of games next week as well. Monday night, Virginia versus Virginia Tech. North Carolina against Duke on Wednesday. In there as well, Purdue against Indiana on Tuesday. But this game right now, huge game between both of these teams. Illinois coming in with a 9-15 record. They've won the past 3 games. We'll have to see. Right now we have 57 seconds left. Illinois is getting the ball back on the inbound. Right now, Ohio State's in big foul trouble. So Caleb Wesson just fouled out of the game a couple minutes ago for the Buckeyes in this one. He's the leading scorer coming into this game for Ohio State, Caleb Wesson. So that's a big loss. So he already picked up his 5th foul. And then as well, Kyle Young fouled out around like 4 minutes to go in the second for Ohio State. So here we go. The score, Illinois 59, Ohio State 56, 57 seconds remaining. We're going to get back to action here in the inbound pass. Illinois inbounds it at the baseline to Trent Frazier, and he feeds the ball over to his teammate. We do have a problem with the shot clock, as it looks like the game clock just did not start. So the refs stopped play, and they'll go over to the review table as this clock is still stopped at 57 seconds. As this is Behind the Arc Basketball, feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe on YouTube. I'll be doing my play-by-play and live reaction videos all season long to college basketball games. And, of course, I'll be doing this into the March Madness tournament. As we thank you for joining me right now. So this is pretty cool. We got some Ohio State fan into here as well. I just started up this stream about a month ago or so, and it seems like it's been like really successful. The last game I did was just incredible, like the turnout for it was Duke against Louisville. That was an insane game where Duke was down by 23. They came back and won. They were down by 23 with 8.5 minutes left. No problem for Duke. But right now we do have an official review with 57 seconds left still on the clock. I'll go over the box score here to update you guys on the leading scorers in this one. So for Ohio State, the leading scorer for this game, C.J. Jackson, has been going off in this one, the point guard, with another double-digit point game. He has 17 points currently right now for Jackson, 2 steals, 2 assists, 5 rebounds as well for C.J. in the block. To add that in as well. As we thank you for joining me, feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe to my channel as well. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reaction all season long to college basketball games, and what a game here as well. This Illinois team struggled throughout the entire season, basically, until a few weeks ago where they beat Maryland, who's inside the top 25. And then after that, they've gone on a 3-game winning streak, beating Nebraska, putting them off bubble contention. And then they beat number 11 Michigan State. And they also beat Rutgers on Saturday with Georgi Bishanishvili scoring 35 points that game. Illinois to inbound here, 54 seconds remaining. The Fighting Illini get the inbound. The ball into the hands of Trent Frazier. Passes the Ohio State logo. Ball now to Dosunmu. With 44 seconds remaining, 16 on the shot clock. Right wing now to the top of the key. With it is Feliz. Andres Feliz passes the ball. Right wing with Dosunmu. Dosunmu feeds the ball off. And deep three by Dosunmu. Oh my goodness, he hits the three. Unreal shot. He just sinks in like the 25-footer from the right of the perimeter from the outside. And Ayo Dosunmu with a huge three just floats it up like a circus three and hits in. It's 62-56 Illinois. So this isn't good for my Ohio State fans who's joining the chat right now. Wow, Illinois just pulling off the improbable right now. I'm going to update the score. We have 29.3 seconds remaining. So right now, it's 56 for Ohio State, 62 for Illinois. .3 seconds remaining, and feel free to like my video, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for the like as well. I'll be doing play-by-play and live reactions all season long to college basketball games, and I'll be back Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern time with number 1 Tennessee and number 5 Kentucky. So Ohio State will get the inbound, and they're down right now by 6. And they get the ball, and it goes into the hands of Keyshawn Woods, who's dribbling now towards the right corner. He stumbles with a ball, and it's all over on the floor. There's an avalanche of bodies on the court trying to get the ball, and it looks like the refs meet together, and they say Illinois ball. So Keyshawn Woods dribbling towards the right corner of the perimeter for Ohio State was just out of control with the ball, and he turns it over as it looks like he was guarded there by Trent Frazier. And yeah, there was just an avalanche of bodies on the court, and it'd be a turnover to Illinois. Wow. And it looks like the Fighting Illini are 23 seconds away from pulling off this one. They haven't won here in a decade. And Ohio State finally follows with 17.8 seconds remaining. So this game could have been a lot closer if Ohio State had gone the other way and made a shot. But no, Illinois looking like they're going to seal this one. Wow, what an upset here. .8 seconds remaining. Free throw line now for Illinois. Shooting in the double bonus, and the first one is a miss by Dosunmu. 62-56 game. Illinois still winning in this game, even though they shot the ball from the charity stripe 8 for 16. Ohio State's done a lot better. 63-56, Ohio State with the ball. Kicks the ball back outside. Luther Muhammad, 3. And no good. Hits the bottom of the rim, and it's rebounded by Berjanishvili. And that is it. The Illinois Fighting Illini. The first time in 10 years they pull a W in Columbus as Illinois improves to 10-15 overall, 6-8 in Big Ten play with a huge win, and they're on a 4-game winning streak. Watch out for this team, guys. This Illinois team basically needs to win out, and they have to win the conference tournament as well, basically, to get into March Madness. I'm going to update the score here, but for all the teams sitting on the bubble or the teams that in March Madness right now that should be in, I don't know if they do play Minnesota coming up. I Would have to check the schedule. I know the next two games they play against Wisconsin, so watch out Wisconsin on Monday night. And then they're at home against Penn State. That should be a winnable game as well. But here we are with an upset. The road team, the Illinois Fighting Illini, gets their first win of the season on the road against Ohio State. Wow. That really set back Ohio State because they're a 9 seed right now in bracketology. That might just put them back right into the bubble as like last 4 in after that loss. But you got to see that this Illinois team keeps on improving week in and week out. Very, very young squad, and they're going to be a team to look out for the next few years up there. Wouldn't be surprised if they make the tournament next year at all. That's for sure. This Illinois team, their starting lineup has 2 sophomores and 2 freshmen, only 1 senior in the starting lineup. And wow, they come on the road and they get the W. Just really impressive how Illinois did it tonight. We'll go through the box score right here. First win in a decade in Columbus for the Fighting Illini. Incredible by them. Thank you for joining my stream. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. Spread the message to my channel. I do play-by-play and live reactions all season long of college basketball games. Yep. Brad Underwood completely turned around the squad from early in the season in non-conference play to now just complete 360 for this team. It's been insane. Incredible. Brad Underwood, head coach of Illinois. He's in the 2nd season. He was the head coach of Stephen F. Austin before head coach at Illinois, and what he did at Stephen F. Austin was pretty incredible. Coached there from 2013 to 2016. He went to the NCAA tournament all 3 seasons. In one of the years, I remember, I think they were like a 12 seed, and they posted a record of like 32-3 that year going into the tournament, and they won. I think they won at the buzzer in one of their games because they were down by 4 and they pulled off a 4-point play on the steal and they hit the 3 and got fouled, and then they won that game to pull it off. So Illinois, just huge differences. They've been on complete losing streaks throughout the season. They were once on a losing streak of 5. They've been on losing streaks, lost 2, 3 in a row. They also lost 4 in a row. They started out the season 1-4, but yeah, that strength of schedule was ridiculous to start off the season. Georgetown, Gonzaga, Iowa State, Xavier. But right now, this team is red hot for Illinois. Just insane. 63-56 victors in this one. We'll go through the box score right now. So the Fighting Illini improving to 10-15 overall. So 6-8 in the conference. Look at these team stats right here. Illinois shot the ball 44% from the field compared to Ohio State's 36%. The difference here was the 3-pointers. Illinois 6 for 21 from the outside. Ohio State was 2 for 13 in this game. And even though Ohio State out-rebounded Illinois 35-33, Illinois forced Ohio State into 18 total turnovers in this one. Yeah, last time I checked, Ohio State was a 9 seed, but this definitely will drop them back into the bubble. I think that they'll be like right on the bubble, like when the next bubble projections come out as like next 4 out on those lines, along with like teams like Butler, Texas, Seton Hall. So they'll go from being like a 9 seed to like a 10 or like maybe an 11 because of this loss right now for Ohio State. But yeah, very, very tough schedule remaining for Ohio State. They got 5 more games against top 25 teams. So right now, this is not good for if you're an Ohio State Buckeye fan, because currently they're 0-3 against AP top 25 teams, and they have 5 more games to play against the AP top 25. In those games, they have 3 of them on the road at number 11 Michigan State, who they lost to early in non-conference play at home by 9 points. And then they're at Maryland, who they also lost earlier in the season as well, at home by 14 points. And then they're at number 12 Purdue as well. As Purdue is a tough team that they're undefeated this season inside the Mackey Arena. And then for home games, Ohio State plays against number 21 Iowa, and then number 20, Wisconsin. So 5 more games against top 25. Yep. Yeah, LSU is a team to look out for as well with that tip-in at the buzzer against Kentucky. I'm going to do the stream Saturday at 8 against Tennessee and Kentucky, and we'll see what Tennessee is really made of. I haven't seen Tennessee this season, so we'll see what goes on there, how they play against Kentucky, because both of those teams have yet to play each other, that they have to play the home and away series, so that's going to be huge with each other. But, yeah, okay, yeah, Ohio State there, yeah. So, yeah. So, yeah, Michigan State could be back inside that top 6 if they do keep on winning. We'll see how that goes for them. But, yeah, things not looking well right now for Ohio State, as they have a very strong schedule remaining. Michigan State right now, they most likely could be back inside that, like, top 7, top 8 come tournament time, I think. Because if they take home that Big Ten conference title, they'll just win out in the conference, and then the Big Ten's one of the best basketball divisions we have right now, besides the ACC. So, yeah, right now, Michigan State could possibly be, they could possibly be a number 1 seed, because still yet to play is Tennessee and Kentucky. So we'll have to see how that series goes. Maybe they'll split the series. Maybe one of the teams won't be as good as the other team, but I wouldn't be surprised at all as if one of those teams, either Tennessee or Kentucky, drops off like the number 1 seeding or so. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Virginia Tech hasn't been as strong the past few weeks, and North Carolina State dropped out of the top 25 inside the ACC. But yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, for this one, huge win by Illinois, and the only other top 25 game to report on is number 9 Houston beat UConn today 71-63. So this Houston Cougars team's on a roll right now, 24-1 overall, 11-1 in the American, and they get themselves an 8-point win at Connecticut. But that's basically it for tonight. We'll just go over the box score before I sign off, as the leading scorer here for Illinois is a tie between 2 Ayo Desmunu with 15 points, and Trent Frazier as well with 15 points. And then it looks like Georgi Bishanishvili added in 13 points as well. He came on strong late. And Ohio State over there as well, led by C.J. Jackson with 17 in this game. And Caleb Wesson with 11. He did foul out inside the last 2 minutes to play. And then Andre Wesson with 10. But yeah, this is basically it for tonight. Feel free to join me Saturday, 8 p.m. for Tennessee against Kentucky. And then I'll be back Monday, Virginia Tech. Tuesday, I got Purdue against Indiana. We'll see if they can keep their bubble hopes alive right now as they host Purdue in that one. The first time they played back in January was that Indiana lost by 15 to Purdue. And then on Wednesday, I'll have North Carolina against Duke. That game should be insane. And then back again next Thursday, Michigan against Minnesota. That looks like that'll be the game that they plan on doing next week as well. Minnesota on the bubble as well. And we'll see if Michigan can respond after that tough loss earlier this week at Happy Valley to Penn State. But that's basically it for tonight. Feel free to like my videos, share, and subscribe. This is Behind the Arc Basketball on YouTube, and Illinois coming off with a big win. Now they've reached the 10-win mark. Have a nice night, everybody, and take care, and I'll see you guys soon.